Welcome to Cooking with Pastor Rich. Now, today's recipe is going to be on making mozzarella. This is, I believe, my third attempt, and the quality of milk is very important. The first times that I tried it, it was ultra pasteurized milk and homogenized. It doesn't create the elasticity that's needed for mozzarella. So now I have, I'll show you, it's regular pasteurized and non-homogenized milk. That's what you need. If you're not going there to milk the cow yourself, which is the best, but has the bacteria, that's why it needs to be pasteurized. So on with the recipe. Now, all you need are two simple ingredients. Now, take a look at the milk. It's pasteurized, but non-homogenized. Okay, so we need the milk, obviously, and then we need the white vinegar. I have here 6 and maybe a quarter spoons of vinegar. I've seen recipes saying 7. I've seen some saying 5. So I went in between. So now what I'm going to do is to put the milk into the pan and bring it up to a bring up the heat, but not to a boil, and then slowly add the vinegar. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, now we're going to be adding our milk. Now I've seen videos where they bring up the temperature to 115 to 120. When I tried it the other 2 times, I realized that somehow the temperature for me, that didn't work. And when I reheated it past that, almost to the point of boiling, it worked better with that heat. So, but in any case, we'll test the temperature later to make sure it's at least 115 degrees, but not boiling. Okay, so while the milk is heating up, you just stir occasionally because you don't want it to burn and you want it to heat evenly. So that's what the stirring gives you, that even distribution of heat. Okay, we're still waiting for the temperature to rise. Let's take a quick check here. Let's see, right now it's 113. Okay, we're almost there. See you in a few minutes. Okay, let's check the temperature now, and it's at 130, 132, 134. Okay, we're going to give it a good stir now. And now we're going to start adding we're going to cut the heat off and then add the vinegar.
Looks good.
Okay, now, from what I've seen, it says just slowly. So watch, we just put a little bit in first, and then we start to stir. Okay, this is the agent that helps it to coagulate. You can use this vinegar, or they say you can also use lemon. You know, lemon and milk causes it to curd. Keep stirring. See, you can see it curding already. That is the mozzarella forming, or mozzarella. And then we pour in the rest. And it's a little time consuming, so you take your time, slowly mix away. Now, I'm going to pause the video, but take a look at this. The color of the liquid, you see it's starting to get a little transparent. Oh, look at that. Wow. Excellent. Oh, wow. It's a big difference from using this kind of milk and the ultra pasteurized. Oh, I should have, if I didn't record that, what you see, it was terrible. It did not form this easily. Wow. Oh, that's looking good. So it's already ready for me to take this formulated cheese here and start to squish it to get the separation from the cheese from the whey. Okay, we're going to cut for a moment. Now, look at this. See? This is nice and stringy already. It's the elasticity is there. You can see it. So now I just pour out that, and you keep squeezing to get the, I'm going to use my hand in a second, but you want to separate as much liquid as possible from it. So what you do after you squeeze this liquid, we're going to sit it back into the hot water or the hot whey. But here, hands are clean, of course. Now, what you do with this, see, is you take it and sit it back now in the whey. Hold on, let me bring you over here. And then we just sit it in there. Okay. And yes, it's hot, but you see, look at that. So this gets stretchy already. It's that heating process that creates, yeah. Okay. Let's sit it back in there. You do that a few times. I guess it helps with the bonding of the molecules to give it that mozzarella stretchiness. Okay. Yeah. That's what you need to do. See? Over and over. Fold it in on itself. Okay. Let me sit it in there again. They say you need to bring the temperature up to about 165 degrees, or you can put it in the microwave. What we're going to do now is I am going to put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Okay. So this. Okay. It's getting a little messy, of course, but hey, that's part of the cooking process and fun. Okay, so now this is here, and we're going to put this in the microwave now for 30 seconds. We will be right back. Okay, we just took it out of the microwave, and now, ooh. And you need to keep doing this stretchy thingy. Ah, hot, hot. Look at it. You see it getting nice and rubbery looking or plasticky looking. That's the texture that we want. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes. See? Look at that smoothness. Wow. Let me tell you, don't compromise on the milk. You need homogenized and just regular pasteurized. And that's good enough. Okay, now we're going to set this in the hot liquid. Let's move over here. Sit that in there. I turned on the stove again just to heat up the liquid. I mean, if you don't have kind of strong fingers, be careful. Okay. Just a few seconds. And then take out the mozzarella ball. And we do it again. See? That's what you want to see when you're stretching it over. See? It's coming together nicely. All right. I just turned off the stove and put it back in there. A few seconds. And look at that. You see all this whey? You don't throw this out. You use that for many things. I use it for adding some to buttermilk pancakes. You can put it in smoothies. Okay, here we go. We'll come back over here. And we squeeze. Squeeze. So I'm going to do it 2 more times, and then we're going to give it a cold water bath. See that? That's the stretchy mozzarella you need. Okay. Go back into the bath. And you can, mess around a little bit with your methods, tweak it, I mean. Like, I want to put it back in the microwave for another 30 seconds. Just to help the polymers again to bond. Okay, let's take this out. And let's pan over here. Oh yeah, I feel it, the difference in the texture, how it's coming together. All right, I'm gonna put it in the microwave for another 20 seconds, and then we should be done. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, just came out of the microwave. Look at that. Okay. Now, you see? That's what you want. Now you know you're there. I'm going to give it one last bath in the hot liquid, and then I'm going to put it in the cold bath. See? Mozzarella being formed. So let's give it one final in here. Give it a few seconds. Now remember, it's going to be messy. Okay, let's take it out for the final time. Okay, now you want to squeeze as much of this milk out as possible. Now, See, just keep turning it into a ball. Look at that smoothness. Yep. Turn it on itself. Give it the shape. And now we will give it its cold water bath. One more dunk. They say to do it until the water comes out clear. You can give it a couple washes. I'm going to give it one more dunk in this water. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to change the water, give it one or two more baths so the water is just clear. And then I'll come back when it's time to wrap it and put it away. Okay, we're back, and now it's time to put this away. So you put that, we're going to do it this way. I'll show you why. So that when I wrap it, this way, nice shape. You want to shape it. Okay, and it's ready to be put in the fridge before we cut our mozzarella, or use this, which I do, for homemade pizza. That's it. Okay, my first two attempts, it was not successful, and it didn't melt properly. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try a piece like that was cut and part that was shredded. Looks okay, but let's see what happens when I put it in for 30 seconds to test the melting and the stretchiness of it. Okay, we will be right back. Okay, 30 seconds, but I think that was a little too long. Let's see. Oh, yes. It is nice and stretchy. See, there's some liquid in there. So maybe my process needs a little work, because I don't think you should have that milk residue still coming out of it. So I still need to tweak the recipe. Okay, well, at least we have it stretching here. You know what? I'm going to put the whole thing in the microwave and heat it up. Maybe it needs some more of that. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, now I melted this, and see, this is what it's supposed to look like.
Right.
So I didn't, it was under processed. Let's put it that way. See, this is what's supposed to happen. That's mozzarella. See? So this is a trial and error. So I'm going to show you that. So if you mess up, you know why. This is what's supposed to happen. The first batch here, it's not doing that. So you need to heat it properly and fold it before you say that the process is done.
Sure.
Or it give you that cottage cheese kind of texture. Okay, now I'm going to put it back in the microwave, and then I'll get back to you. All right, this is it. Final stage. It's been reheated, and this, next time when I do it, this is the initial process. This is the final stage. It has to be like that. See, that's mozzarella. I took it out too early in the process. So I'm showing, so if anyone tries and you fail, you know why. It has to be a certain temperature, 165 in the center, to create this kind of a texture. This is now what it's supposed to be. Okay, learn from my mistake.